have a e.l.f. detail crease brush. I like to use the detail crease brush. I'm probably going to end up, I'm doing a halo eye. I like to use that in areas where I want to be a little bit more careful with the shape because it's smaller. It allows me to have more control over where I'm placing the product. So what I was saying before my camera so rudely cut off is that I have been like doing my eyeshadow in such a weird way because I was just like really concerned about like not pulling my eyeshadow down on my eye because my eye is a bit downturned, and I've been noticing that I had started to notice a lot that whatever I was doing with my eyeshadow was making it more noticeable. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know, if I'm not careful, this is gonna be really noticeable. And so, you know, let me make sure that I'm, you know, doing my eyeshadow in this really specific way. And I think I was just like overthinking it and being so, you know, worried about what was happening with my eyeshadow when really it was something I was making a big deal out of nothing. But I wasn't completing the shape on my eyeshadow. And so like I just end up with like a bar that's going across the top of my eye and nothing else, which in some circumstances that's okay. But a lot of the looks that I was doing, that wasn't really what I was going for. So I would have like this unfinished eye look. But anyway, so back to things that we buy and we don't ever use them. So again, like with the Wet n Wild concealer, that was a thing. Everybody started using that. I've got a bunch of ColourPop, you know, no filter concealers in my drawer, which those were a thing for a bit. But really the coloring with those, I wasn't super fond of them because they were a bit red toned and they needed to be more golden, so they weren't my favorites. When the Too Faced Born This Way line expansion came out that Jackie Aina did, I was really excited about that because really the coloring was not perfect in the no filter, and so but it was kind of the closest at the time that wasn't like a foundation. So you know, it's like you use what you can get. So I'm gonna again do a video where I show you guys the stuff that I have as far as eyeshadows go, so you can kind of see like, you know, well, what exactly does she have? Like, I don't have a ton of stuff, whatever. I don't know. I probably have, I think I have under 20 eyeshadow palettes. However, you know, for some people they might say like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. So I don't think it's a lot, but you know, depends on who you talk to. So now I'm going in with Leo. I'm going to grab another blending brush. So, and I really, you know, I really do love the colors in this palette. I feel like they're very pigmented, they're very pretty, you know, they're very, very different, and, but like I just never really used it. And so because the temperature is starting to change, you know, maybe I'm forcing it. I feel like it's changing by force. Like, like maybe if I keep making soup, then the temperature will go down. I don't know, maybe not. So you can see, like, I didn't set my under eye or anything, or put on my second layer of concealer because, in case I get fallout, which I haven't. But it is possible. It'd be easy to just kind of wipe this off and start over. So I am tapping off the excess from my brush as I go. So, and this would be the point where it it's cool to use a smaller brush. So there's a teenager. And so I'm just taking this all the way in. And also my air conditioning has come on, so you may hear that. And I'm not turning it off because it's hot in here, so you'll just have to deal with that. So I like to use a smaller brush, but then I like to go in with a bigger brush. Like this is a Sigma E40. It's one of my favorite brushes. Sigma makes great brushes. So I remember when I first started doing YouTube, I was doing YouTube before it was like trendy. Like one of my most viewed videos was a Sigma like travel brush set review. And they were all like these little tiny like pink handled travel brushes, and the only reason I don't have those brushes is because someone that I was in a relationship with like destroyed them. But like Sigma brushes are like, they're so good. So if you're looking for brushes to try, definitely try Sigma. But in the vein of fad products, Sigma, not fad products. So they definitely make long-lasting quality, you know, products that are worth spending your money on. So another brand that I like, they don't make fad products, but I feel like they have fad launches. Real Techniques, they make products that I really, really love, but I feel like sometimes they make stuff and it's like, well, what do you need that for? Like, why did you make that? I feel like they're just trying to keep things coming out so that people are attentive to the brand. And I feel like they don't need to do that because their brushes are good. I really, really like Real Techniques for, you know, inexpensive brushes. So like I haven't really gone over to high end. Like I'm coveting, which, and I don't, it's like, it's weird. It's like sometimes there's stuff that I look at and I haven't convinced myself to buy it, and I'm just looking at it and I could buy it whenever, but I just won't. Like I'm like coveting Wayne Goss brushes. I could buy them whenever. Like I buy all this freaking Natasha Denona stuff, but like I haven't bought the Wayne Goss brushes and I don't know why. I'm just like thinking about it and mulling it over, and I don't know why I won't buy them. So I'm gonna buy Wayne Goss brushes. So it's not as though like I'm like all, you know, super high end with brushes or whatever, but I feel like Real Techniques, they make things that like they don't need to make. And I think, you know, this is not a reflection on, you know, Sam or Nick, the sisters who are the face of the brand. They do help with the design of, I'm sure, you know, most of the products, but something to remember is that even though they do have input, I don't think that they fully control the process of what's made and what's not made, because it's not their company. Real Techniques was a company that came to them and said, hey, we'd love to work with you, you know, on making these products, and they were like, yes, you know, we'd love to do that. So that being said, there's a lot of products that come out that's kind of like, what's this for? So okay, so my next thing, okay, let me get my eyes finished. I think that nothing else dark is going to go on my eyes, so I'm not worried about that. So I think in the center of my lid, I'm going to go in with some shimmer. And before I do that, I'm going to take a flatter brush. This is like one of the Wet n Wild holiday edition brushes. And like whenever they've been doing this for like a couple of years, because I don't want to put like shimmer on my brow bone. I'm taking Luna from the palette here. And I'm putting this on my brow bone. Again, this is really like very close to my skin tone. So, and then I'm gonna take this color, Gemini, and I'm gonna put this in the center of my lid to finish this off. Wet n Wild has done a holiday brush set for the last couple of years, and they've been really nice brushes. And I purchased them because they have some really less expensive brushes, and then they have some nicer brushes. And the nicer brushes, they're like, you know, $5 to $7 per brush, and I ain't paying that much for no Wet n Wild brush. So especially when they sell these sets for the holidays, and you can get them for like $20, and you get like, I don't know how many brushes you get, like 10. So I know it's only October, but technically it's the holiday season. So in case you guys were thinking about that, now that I brought it up, November is makeup and skincare sale month. So if you're not thinking about it, start thinking about it. Everything is about to go on sale. So whatever it is that you want to buy, November is the time to buy it. So I'm gonna wet this brush just a little bit. I'm gonna spray my Too Faced spray on here. This is the same brush that I just used to put Luna on my brow bone, and I'm gonna go into Gemini, and this is just a nice peachy shimmer. And I'm just gonna use that to press this in the center of my lid and see how I like this. I'm kind of feeling like maybe this needs to be a gold. I might put the green that's in the palette in here, but I just felt like it would be overkill to like just do like all green. So I'm gonna go back in with golds. I'm just gonna do that on the outer half of that. So even though it's not really my strong suit, I feel like this needs black liner. And the black in this palette is really super duper black. So I'm gonna see if I can take a liner brush and I can just do black liner with powder. So the black in here is called Bonnie, which is my mom's name. And I'm just gonna see if I can do that with liner. Ooh, it's so black. Ooh. Can you tell I've never used it before? Oh my gosh, that's so black. That is gorgeous. So I have to be really careful with wings because I'm not good at them, and they tend to just not be fine enough. So I like to do them very delicately because I feel like the more that I mess with them, the more wrong they are. And so for my wings to not look droopy, I have to kind of go straight up on my eye. So that one didn't come out too bad, but the left one is not my hardest one. But this is so black, like this is a good black shadow. I'm gonna have to see if, which I'm sure they do, Melt has individual black shadow. And the other reason why I wanted to buy this palette was because I hadn't bought anything from Melt, and everyone, you know, was raving about the Melt stacks. And I just kind of felt like, I don't think I want a stack of eyeshadows like that. Like, what am I going to do with that? So I just felt like that wasn't something that I really wanted to buy. And so I felt like, okay, this might be more up my alley. And, you know, it's more of a traditional format. So see, like that went like totally wrong. That's what I mean about being like winged liner. So that I can clean up with eyeshadow. I mean with concealer. So now to clean that up, I have my, this is not something I've stopped, like I need new ones. You can see this is like practically empty. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind concealer. So I'm going to use this to sharpen up the line on the side of here, to clean this up, and to do my second coat, and I use it to help contour my nose. So, and then I also have it in Golden, which is actually a little tiny bit, well, with this foundation combination, it's okay. But on my bare skin, it's a tiny bit too light for me. Here it will work. Get anything to come out. Come out. There we go. Thank you. So, and then you want to be very careful that you don't have fallout, especially when you're using green shadow, because if you do and you go in with concealer like this, it will be very noticeable. Like, you'll look weird. You'll look like somebody punched you. So your eye area will look strange. So be careful. Now, because I want to straighten this up a little bit more, this line is not completely the way that it should be. I'm just taking some concealer to draw a line to correct that. Okay, so I don't like to powder my face a lot, but I like a little bit of powder. And my little bit of powder, I like to use the Too Faced. This is the Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. So when I use this on a very fluffy brush, this is a multitask cheek brush. I use just a little tiny bit under my eye. And typically, I'm not normally putting on my glasses, but I use a little bit on my nose in case I'm putting on sunglasses or glasses. So just anywhere where I typically might put my hand. So, and then something that I just never ever stop using, my Dior Air Nude tan powder. So I'm gonna take that same brush. And I gotta have contour because I look super not tan. Okay, so I'm gonna spritz this down, but first I'm gonna put a little bit of Ethereal setting powder in tan, so I missed my face there and my hair. Oops. Okay, now I can go with some blush, and I'm gonna use my favorite blush, and this is my MAC blush in format. I have like backups of these in case they ever discontinue it because I die, and somehow or another my drying fan, I think my mother took it when we were at the hotel. I think she did it on purpose. She gave it to me. So now I gotta buy a new one. I love this blush. It makes me look tan in the winter. And when you're pale like me, who doesn't want to look tan? So Just warms up my face. Okay, and of course I need highlight. And so I'm going to use the Shayla times ColourPop. And this is a little deep for me. So sometimes I feel like I actually need to get the other one too. So I'm going to use both of these. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder, and this one is in the color Crown of My Canopy. It's the rose gold one. Like when I first got this, let me tell you how I slathered this on. I freaking love this highlighter. I forgot about it. Like I love it. I love it. Like it's so pretty. Like I love it. So I'm going to take a little bit of Shayla's, which is very shimmery. Oh gosh, it is. Ooh, it's shimmery. But like it's like disco ball glow. Like that's sheen. And then sometimes after I put on like a really shimmery highlighter, I like to just a little more setting spray and let that dry down. So then I need to do something under my bottom lash. So I'm going to go in with Leo, the green that I put on. And I'm just going to take that under my bottom lash. So then Gemini. In the inner corner. And then on my lips, I've got some NYX pencils that I bought. And this one is in this is a Slide on Glide on waterproof pencils, and this is an Urban Cafe. Which is a really nice brown. And then I like to fill it in with sugar glass. And I blot to blend those, and then on top of that, I'm going in with LORAC gloss. This is highly pigmented lip gloss from LORAC, and this color is Duchess. I just blot and blend just in the center of my lips. Okay, so I still need mascara. So I got my L'Oreal Paradise Lash. So I'm going to put this on and some lashes and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm finished, and I have on a pair of MAC lashes. I have no idea what lashes these are. These are the lashes that my makeup artist, Erin Thomas, hey Erin, gave me for my wedding, but I ended up wearing a different pair. So I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. I hope you turn this on while you're getting ready to go somewhere, because I'm getting ready to go somewhere. I'm going downstairs to my media room to eat pasta and bread. My face looking like this. So I hope you guys have fun, and I'm glad to be back, and I'm hoping to start posting on a more regular basis now. And that's all. See you next time.